Welcome back, everybody. We now have our Republican candidate for the mayor position, Ms. Peyton Interview. Very nice to have you on here, Ms. Interview.
It's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Could you tell me about some of the reasons that you have for running for this position?
Actually, I've grown up in Amimi my entire life. The only time I left was for college, and I came right back to my family. And I think I came back, and the first job I had was I was a lawyer. And after a couple years of being a lawyer, I realized that there's a lot of problems in Amimi that haven't necessarily been addressed on a large scale. And I think I could help address them in a more efficient way and you know, help Amimi to be a better place.
Can you tell me a bit about how your college life was and where you went to college and what you experienced?
I got a scholarship to go to Harvard University, so I was very lucky. And great college life. I started off, I have a double major. I had a major in leadership and then in law. Law was kind of my passion since I was little. I always wanted to be a lawyer and, you know, help everyone out. But I think I really found my niche in leadership, and I really enjoyed that. And after I graduated from Harvard, I loved it so much there. It's my second home, and I was on the board to be on a Harvard board, and I eventually worked my way up to being president of Harvard.
Could you tell me more about that position and how it could help you out with the mayor position here in Amimi?
Sure. At Harvard, I talked to a lot of kids in a lot of different situations, and I heard a lot of different things from different cities. And there was actually a few people from Amimi, so that's good to hear. And I think by being there, I definitely learned how to lead people, even if there's like hard times or like, you know, not everything's going perfectly in their life. But I really feel like I found, you know, there were some problems within cities, and some cities knew how to handle that. Some cities had like ways to help their kids and better educational programs, which is something I would definitely like to enforce here in Amimi. And I feel like I really found a good help in helping people and making the right people.
Have you had any other jobs other than being a lawyer and on the board in Harvard?
No, those are my only things I've done. I really loved. After being a lawyer for a couple of years, I went onto the board at Harvard and worked my way up to president. And I just loved it there so much. I loved helping everybody, and it really was just what I really wanted to do.
Do you think these two jobs are jobs that you could use to your advantage and things you could really learn from in order to become a mayor here?
Definitely. I learned so much while being president of Harvard and being a lawyer. All the problems that we have, I definitely learned from those, and what to do in those situations, and how I could help people. My leadership at Harvard definitely helped me. I think I can, you know, handle the problems that we have with ease and just be very confident.
Could you tell me a bit about your family?
My family, we lived here full time. I'm currently haven't started a family of my own, but my family is very important to me. I have 3 little brothers, and my 2 loving parents who have supported me through my whole career.
Are there any ideas that you would like to implement and some things that haven't been addressed by the incumbent yet that you really think need to be brought to the table?
I definitely think, since I lived on the coast my whole life, we lived right on the beach, and something that happens a lot since, you know, Florida's right on the coast and Miami's there, is hurricanes are very prevalent. And one of the things I always remember as a kid, after a hurricane, we'd always have to go and help clean up, and, you know, some were more destructive than others. And I really think we don't have a solid hurricane relief program, which is something I'd really like to put in place here for when disasters happen. Maybe not just hurricanes, but, you know, like any kind of storm, tropical storms, anything. That's really something I'd like to see help, because being there my whole life and being in that situation where I was, you know, only with half a home because the other half was somewhere down the beach, I definitely like to help people in that situation.
The mayor is obviously a very important and very large position here in Amimi. What did you find so appealing about it, and why exactly did you think that this was a more important position to run for?
Like you said, it's in charge of everything, and I really feel like I have the leadership skills necessary to help everyone, and I feel like I have a hold on like all the as separate things. Like I know a lot about like schooling and all the public schools and private schools, because some of my brothers went through the private schools, but I went through public schools, so I feel like I can know the difference and can help the public schools be just as like elite as the private schools are, and just really, just helping out. I really feel like it's.
So you think that your strong ties to the area is definitely something that you can use to your advantage in this position?
Definitely, because I feel like throughout my life I've seen how we've progressed and how we've gone downhill and uphill, and I know like what really works for me and what some things like don't work so well. And
is there anything else you want your voters to know before we conclude the program?
Going through as a president of Harvard, I saw all the problems with kids and everything, and I know everybody wants to have that perfect like family lifestyle in the city and everything, and I really feel like I can help everyone reach their full potential in the city and all the public schooling and everything, help with full potential.
All right, well thank you very much for your time, Ms. Badera.
Thank you so much for having me, Mr. O'Connell.
Thank you for coming.